I'm going to tell you a little story today about coming to America. No, not the movie, the actual sequence of events that brought me to this land. Okay? So, my parents, they had 11 children. I'm number 8 of 11, right? So, growing up, I grew up in Belize, Central America. And, well, I didn't really grow up there because I came here when I was 9. But let's go back, okay? So, my parents, they had a bunch of babies, right? And my dad decided that he had this great idea that America would be the place to take us, you know? And hey, I wasn't opposed to it. I was just a little kid, you know. I didn't even know. Like a lot of people would ask me, so why did you leave Belize? You know, it's beautiful. It's paradise. Baby, I didn't choose this. Baby, they brought me here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But so many people ask me that growing up. Why did you leave? That's paradise on earth. Why would you leave Belize? Yeah, trust me, I'm trying to get back there as we speak, okay? First thing smoking, let's roll. All right, but let me tell you my story. So I got me a bowl of grapes, frozen grapes. Y'all ever had frozen grapes? Here I go. I'm changing the subject. But frozen grapes are so delicious and they're like little candy. But if you're teeth sensitive, baby, just don't even do it, okay? Don't do it. But so let's go with the story. Let's roll with it, okay? So my dad decided to bring us to America. He went in, I guess, to the council or whatever, and he got visas for the 3 oldest and him and my mom. You know, he tried to get it for all of us, you know, but at that time, this is 1984, okay? And at that time, they wasn't as strict as they are now, I don't think, because now it's a little bit rougher for you to actually leave your country and try to come to America. It's a little rougher. It's not like back then, and it was way cheaper back then too, from what I understand. You know, as I grew up and I was hearing little details, I was ear hustling, listening to things, you know, I'm like, wow, it only costs that? Wow, okay. So they got the visas for the 3 oldest kids and my mom and dad, and so they decided to go ahead and leave out. So they left 7 of us in Belize with my grandmother. My grandmother moved from the village and came up to where we lived in another village to come and stay at our house with us and watch us while our parents were in America, you know, making this life for us, you know. So, you know, my dad, he would make trips back. He made probably like 2 or 3 bags back to Belize to, I guess, to try to see if these paperwork would move faster, come on with the system, right? But growing up with my grandma, my parents, they left us in Belize with my grandma for a year and 6 months, okay? And when they left, it didn't really dawn on me that they were gone. I was just like, oh, one day my grandma was at our house. And I was like, wait, okay, okay. Wasn't even thinking about it. But my granny was one of them kind of grannies that was like, no joke, no joke, okay? Let's get this going, okay? I remember one day me and my sister Penny, we did something she did not approve of. And we had this huge pine tree in the front of our house in the yard. You know, it looked like a Christmas tree. We used to call it a Christmas tree. I remember we did something. And my granny went on that tree, pulled off a twig, baby. And when I tell you she took that twig, pulled all of them pine leaves off of there and left just like a little horse tail at the front, baby. When she went to whipping and swatting, and I said, oh, I saw Jesus, Mary, and Joseph that day. I was like, who is this woman and who sent her? I said, okay. I remember that day. I'll never forget that day. But that was the one spanking I remember getting from my grandma. But she was the kind of lady that was like, she'd rather do like little tricks and little pranks and little things. Like, for instance, down there, they would turn off the light. You know, we would say the current gun. You know, like they turn off the light. I guess they preserved the light at that time. You know, they would preserve the energy or whatever. So they would turn the light off for maybe a few hours, sometimes maybe a whole day. So the thing that my grandma would do to us is, baby, when I tell you, scared the living daylights out of all of us, even the big kids were scared, okay? She would lay, as them lights would go out, and we already know what's about to pop off. My granny will get that white powder, you know, that talcum powder, that one that come in that pop thing that you put, you know, that one with the little puff. Yes, she would put that on her face, baby. And when I tell you, she would lay in that living room in that sofa and put 2 quarters on her eyes, and she would just lay there. And she would call you because we'd be outside playing in the dark, you know, with our friends and stuff. We wasn't like scared like that of, but we was scared of ghosts and stuff like that. So we was like, Granny, play way too much. Granny, you play too much. She would, Tanya, Penny, and we come inside, Granny. We'd be looking around for my granny, and she'd be laid out in this sofa with the white powder and them 2/4 on her eyes, baby. We used to call it the lady with the shilling pie eye, the lady with the kappa pie eye. Oh my goodness, my granny, she scared us. But we had fun times with her too. We the same things that we did with our mom, you know, like we went on nature walks. They call it nature walks, where you would leave and just go walking through the woods. And, you know, there's berries and wild berries and stuff. There's mango, you know. So we did that same thing with her, but she was more of a granny, you know. She was a granny, you know. But I remember after about a year and 6 months, my dad showed back up, and all we knew was we was going to America, baby. We was going to America. Well, he did come back about 3 times to check on our visas to see if our visas was coming up. You know, they at that time it's like, oh, visa don't come up yet, visa don't come up yet. So they would check. He would check. You know, so that time when he came back, all our visas was ready to go, right? So I remember he had a big ass station wagon, right? All of us loaded in that car, and the thing is, we wasn't used to driving around in cars that much. Where you want to go, you walk. You know, it's not like here in America where it's like I'm going to Kroger's and Kroger's is a freaking 3 miles away, and don't you dare, you better get in the car, you know. But back in them days, it's like I'm going to shop, I'm going down the street, you walking, you ain't getting in a car. So we all got car sick. I remember one of my brothers got car sick, and we driving, I mean, we coming through Mexico, okay? Just imagine my dad with 7 kids, and one of my older brothers was with him. They came to pick us up. And but I remember that day we was leaving. It was like, oh, we're just gonna go on vacation. We're just gonna go. It was just a thought to me, like, we're gonna go, we're gonna come right back. Our cousins, our friends, everybody, to me, that was the idea. We're gonna come right back, you know. So, but well, 40 years later, we ain't came back yet. But let me tell you, okay, I went back to, I done jumped around with the whole story. So as we're coming, okay, we're coming through Mexico, we're seeing all the sceneries, we're up on the side of mountains, we're looking down in the valley, we seeing lights down there, little houses down there, and it was amazing. It was amazing. The one thing about my dad and my mom is that if they see something interesting, or they know something, or they have an idea, or something seems fascinating to them, they're gonna always show us. They're gonna always, oh, so if we sleeping, my dad is like, wake up, and look down there, You see all that light? Yes, look upon the big bridge, or look. He was showing us sceneries as we were coming, right? But let me go back. So one of my siblings, he decided to get sick, you know, car sick, coming back. That boy that opened his mouth, he was asleep. He opened his mouth and splattered. I mean, me and Penny was sit. See what I just did too? I splattered. Me and Penny sitting beside him, baby. When I tell you, oh, we was thoroughly disgusted. My dad had to stop and pull over. My brother said, I was just about to say I was about to throw up. No, you wasn't just about to say it because you threw up, homeboy. You threw up. So, oh, okay then. So we driving. I remember the night. I think we got to Houston at night. For some reason, I always remember it being the night. And we got here, and I remember once again my dad saying, hey, y'all, wake up and look at those buildings. Look at those big buildings. And we were so fascinated. It was so amazing. It was amazing. And we got to the house. And when we got to the house, we walked in. And it was like Christmas night. It was like Christmas morning. Christmas morning, when I tell you, I don't know who told my mama to do that. My mama had about 3 bowls. One bowl with chicken leg, one with chicken wings, one with chicken thighs. She had a bowl with some giant Snicker bars in it, another bowl with some giant Baby Ruth candy. I'm like, who, baby, when I tell you we was in heaven, and just imagine, okay, we wasn't like in Belize when you get a treat. It's not no Snicker bar. It's not no ice cream. Baby, for Christmas, my mom used to buy us all an apple, okay? I remember that. We used to all get a huge, giant apple for Christmas. You know, like Christmas morning, everybody wait. We already know we getting an apple. I remember that. You know, so that was the kind of treats that we got. We got mango. We got kasham, you know. They make kasham. You know, kasham, you know, I'm going to have to show y'all that one day, okay? But we got stuff like that. We got coconut tarts. We got stuff like that in Belize. We didn't get Snickers, we didn't get Baby Ruth, we didn't get Haagen-Dazs ice cream, we didn't get Bluebell, we didn't get that stuff right there. Now, let me tell you, let me move ahead. Okay, So we get here, we see all that food. My mama walks out from the back and she has a huge belly on her. And I'm looking at this lady like, you was supposed to be over here doing something. You was doing stuff. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah. So my mom was pregnant when we got here. I didn't even know. I don't know if the younger ones knew, maybe the older ones, but I didn't know. So when we got here, about exactly a week after we got here, my little sister was born. Exactly. And the word on the street is that she waited for us to get here, which was so cute, right? So a week after we got here, she was born. It was awesome. And literally, that's in December. And just imagine, we get here and we're seeing all this new stuff, okay? We're seeing all this. We're seeing, not that we didn't have a TV. We had a TV, but black and white TV down there, you know, a little black and white. We come over here, we see Technicolor, we see colors on the TV. We see McDonald's, we're like, what the heck? We get on these high-ass roads they call freeways, and we go in and we're like, what? I remember off of 45, right over there by St. Joseph or St. Luke's, the freeway has a hump in it, and it goes like this. And I always thought that they made that for the kids, because every time we went on that freeway, we would say, Dad, go fast, Dad, go fast. And my dad would go fast. So we would go like this. And until this day, every single time I get on that freeway, my memory goes right back to when I was 9 years old and we came to America. Now, that's the freeway still the same. They ain't fixed it. I-45 South, baby, get on there like this. And we like, oh, yes, yes. So all that, we've been here. I've been here for a long time, over 40 years. When I came here, I met two people at school that I still hold dear in my heart until today. My two homies, right? And school and life, when we came here, was a total flip than what it was in Belize. We learned differently in Belize than when we came here, so it was kind of hard for me, you know, to catch on to their learning, the process, their curriculum, their things that they do, you know. But long story short, I ended up going back to Belize. So I got here when I was 9. I went back to Belize for the first time again when I was 19 years old. And baby, when I tell you I got back to Belize and I was like, oh, yes, your daughter has come home, baby. When I was like, oh, okay. My mom said, come to Belize. You're going to go to nursing school. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Yes, yes. I'm like, okay, we're going to do that. I got to Belize, baby. I said, where the nursing school at? Where the nursing school at? Oh, okay. I see this club over there, and they open from like Wednesday all the way to Sunday. I want to go to that club. Better yet, let me just go hang out with the people that own the club. You know what I'm saying? So my mama was like, sis, back to America you go. And I was like, I said, okay. I had my fun. But growing up here has been a big experience for me, and a big adjustment. Even though I came when I was 9, it was like a big adjustment. It was a big flip. People acted different, you know. I don't remember being called anything other than Tanya when I was in Belize, you know, until I got to America. And then I had all these different names, and I was like, who you think you is? Oh, okay then, that's how it is. But my experiences being in America compared to being in Belize is a blessing, right? It's a blessing because the culture, I love the fact that I have that culture to look back on. I love the fact that my parents, even though when we got here to America, they didn't switch up on us. They didn't say, you have to do certain things. We stayed with our same culture. We stayed the same way we was when we was down there. Ain't no go in the kitchen and make you a bowl of cereal. Once you walk up out of that bedroom, baby, you better have some street clothes on. Don't come up out that room with your night clothes on, sweetie. Get up back in there. And you want breakfast? All right, just hold on a minute. It ain't about going in the kitchen and making no breakfast, baby. Your mama got it. You want dinner? Oh, your mama got it. A snack where? What snack? Oh, okay. Oh, you wanted a snack? Oh, dinner almost done. Yes, baby, they kept the same culture. They kept the same pace when they brought us from Belize to America. And one day, very soon, I'm going to be sure, definitely, to take my children down there. And our house is still there, same house, you know, and the street looks well, let me not say that, baby, because my sister told me You go to Belize, you're going to get lost. And I trust her word. When I went back when I was 19, I was like, what is this? And when did this come here? Who built that over there? Who did they ask permission to build that? When did the bridge change? Who grew trees over there? And who built them 2 new neighborhoods over there? My neighborhood was the only one here. Okay. But I'm so excited, to take my kids back. And I love having another culture other than, I love it. I love coming from Belize, and I love my experiences that I've had here. And I love it. I love every minute of it. But Belize is forever gonna be my stomping grounds. Forever. I love it. And the journey from there to here, hey baby, hey, my daddy did that. My parents did that. Brought 10 kids and they sailed to America with permanent visas for everybody. And we came in smooth sailing, and we're blessed and highly favored. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. Yes, and forever. But this is my story, and I'm the only one that can tell it. Just is what it is.